how seniors should drink water to support blood sugar and diabetes health. What if I told you that the key to finally seizing control over your blood sugar, silencing the constant worry of unpredictable readings, and reclaiming your vitality isn't hidden in some cutting-edge medication or restrictive diet? What if the most powerful yet astonishingly overlooked tool for transforming your diabetes health and boosting your insulin sensitivity was something as simple, readily available, and free as water? For years, you've likely heard "drink more water," a vague piece of advice that felt like background noise. But what if the when and how you hydrate could be the game changer you've been desperately seeking, making your existing treatments work dramatically better and giving you back the freedom you thought was lost forever? You won't want to miss the final habit, or 99% will miss the last tip and will be stuck with unstable blood sugar and the constant fear of diabetes complications for life. Many people, perhaps even you, have navigated the exhausting maze of managing their blood sugar for years, sometimes decades. You meticulously follow meal plans, measure every portion, take your medications without fail, and exercise regularly. Yet despite your incredible efforts, the numbers refuse to stabilize. Your A1C creeps up, your morning readings are a constant lottery, and the fatigue never truly lifts. This relentless battle isn't just frustrating, it's heartbreaking. You've sacrificed favorite foods, endured constant vigilance, and spent countless hours feeling like you're failing even when you're trying harder than anyone around you. The silent truth is, sometimes the most profound medical breakthroughs aren't complex or expensive. Often they lie in the fundamental, almost invisible aspects of our daily lives that we've completely overlooked. Imagine finally finding a simple strategy that empowers your body to use its insulin more effectively, transforming your glucose control, and providing a foundation for true metabolic health. This isn't about replacing your doctor's advice or abandoning your medications. It's about giving your body the foundational support it needs to work optimally, allowing your existing treatments to perform at their peak. Recent eye-opening research from leading medical institutions has unveiled something truly remarkable. Strategic hydration tips can actually improve your body's insulin sensitivity by up to a staggering 40%. This isn't a minor tweak, it's a massive shift. This means your cells become significantly better at absorbing glucose from your bloodstream, whether that insulin is produced naturally by your pancreas or comes from medication. The secret isn't merely the quantity of water you drink, but a precise strategy of when, how, and what you add to it. Small, targeted adjustments in your daily hydration routine can yield monumental improvements in your blood sugar management. As we age, especially after 60, our bodies undergo several crucial physiological changes that make blood sugar management inherently more challenging. These shifts are often beyond our conscious control, making consistent effort feel even more futile. First, your cells develop a gradual resistance to insulin, meaning they don't respond as efficiently when insulin attempts to deliver glucose for energy. It's like a locked door becoming harder to open. Second, your pancreas, the organ responsible for insulin production, often slows down, producing less of this vital hormone. You're effectively operating with a diminished supply of the key that unlocks your cells for glucose. Third, your kidneys, which normally filter out excess glucose, become less efficient, allowing sugar to linger in your bloodstream longer than it should. These factors combine to create an uphill battle against rising blood sugar. But here's the most critical, often missed piece of the puzzle that impacts senior health. Your brain's natural thirst mechanism becomes significantly desensitized with age. This means you can be seriously, even dangerously dehydrated without feeling even a hint of thirst. Your mouth might not feel dry. You might not experience any obvious discomfort, yet at a cellular level, your body is struggling, desperately signaling for fluids it isn't receiving. Even mild dehydration, a mere 2% below optimal hydration levels, which is barely perceptible to you, can cause your blood sugar to spike by 10 to 15 points. This seemingly small increase can be the difference between a controlled reading and one that triggers alarm bells. It's the hidden culprit behind those frustrating morning highs or inexplicable afternoon spikes that make you question every choice you've made. This isn't just inconvenient, it's a silent threat to your long-term diabetes health. Consider Gerald, a 68-year-old patient whose face was a roadmap of frustration. "I don't understand what I'm doing wrong," he confessed, his voice tight with emotion. "I eat perfectly, take my metformin exactly as prescribed, walk 3 miles every morning, and have cut out all sugar. I've done everything." He showed me a notebook filled with erratic blood sugar readings, 145 one morning, 185 the next, then 162. Same steel-cut oatmeal breakfast, same measured portion, but the numbers were a chaotic mess. His wife added, his A1C just keeps creeping up from 7.1 to 7.9 despite how hard he tries. On paper, Gerald's routine was impeccable. Diet, medication timing, exercise, all perfect. Then came the seemingly trivial question. Gerald, walk me through your morning routine from waking until breakfast. He replied, I wake around 6:30, check my blood sugar, make coffee, drink coffee while reading, then around 7:30, I make oatmeal and take my medication with a glass of water. I pressed him. When do you drink plain water? He paused, genuinely confused. When I'm thirsty, I suppose. Sometimes with my pills. Is that wrong? There it was. Gerald was awake for over an hour, after 8 hours of sleep without fluids, before drinking any actual water. That's 9 hours of progressive dehydration every single day, slowly thickening his blood, forcing his body to work overtime, and silently sabotaging his high glucose control. The solution was shockingly simple. Before his coffee, he started drinking warm water with a tiny pinch of sea salt and lemon juice. He also added a glass of room temperature water 15 minutes before lunch and dinner and sipped consistently from a reusable bottle throughout the day. Just 2 weeks later, Gerald called, his voice light with excitement. My morning readings have been between 125 and 138 for the past week every single day. I haven't seen this consistency in over 2 years. A month later, his average fasting glucose had plummeted by 22 points. No medication changes, no new diets, just water, strategically timed and consumed. He admitted at his follow-up, I thought you were crazy. Water seemed too simple to matter, but my glucose meter doesn't lie. This story isn't unique, it's a testament to the power of overlooked healthy habits. Before we dive into the specific H3 method that has helped countless patients regain control, let's expose the 3 most common hydration mistakes that you are almost certainly making right now, mistakes that are actively undermining your blood sugar management and overall metabolic health. Overlooking these errors is costing you valuable progress and keeping you stuck in a cycle of unpredictable numbers. Don't let these simple missteps steal your health and vitality. Mistake number 1, waiting until you're thirsty to drink. Thirst is not an early warning system, it's an urgent alarm bell that screams for attention after your body is already significantly dehydrated. By the time your mouth feels genuinely dry, your blood has already thickened, your glucose levels have likely elevated, and your insulin is struggling to navigate this sluggish system efficiently. Think of your blood like a river carrying vital glucose to your cells. When that river is full and flowing smoothly, glucose reaches its destination effortlessly. But when the river runs low and thickens, glucose gets stuck, accumulating in your bloodstream instead of being delivered to cells that desperately need it for energy. Mistake number 2, drinking large amounts of water all at once. Many people go hours without any fluids, then try to catch up by chugging a huge glass of water. But your body can only efficiently absorb about 200 to 250 milliliters, roughly 1 cup, every 15 minutes. Anything beyond this volume simply rushes through your system and out to your bladder, offering minimal benefit to your cells. It's like trying to water a parched houseplant by dumping an entire bucket on it. Most of the water runs off, leaving the roots still dry. Slow, consistent sips are far more effective for deep cellular hydration and sustaining stable glucose control. Mistake number 3, drinking ice-cold water, especially first thing in the morning or right before meals. While a frosty glass of water feels incredibly refreshing, particularly on a hot day, it triggers a physiological response that actually hinders your blood sugar management. Ice-cold water causes your blood vessels to constrict and narrow. When your vessels are constricted, insulin faces a significantly tougher journey reaching the cells that desperately need it to absorb glucose. Room temperature or slightly warm water, on the other hand, keeps your blood vessels naturally relaxed and dilated, allowing insulin to circulate and work far more efficiently. This seemingly minor detail is especially critical when your body is actively processing glucose, like after waking or around mealtimes. Now, let me unveil the powerful yet simple method I teach my patients for revolutionary blood sugar management. The H3 method. The H stands for hydration. The first 3 represents 3 critical timing points throughout your day, and the second 3 signifies 3 essential elements that maximize this approach's effectiveness. This isn't just about drinking water, it's about optimizing every sip to transform your diabetes health. Let's dive into the three crucial timing points for optimal hydration tips and blood sugar stabilization. Timing point number one, first thing in the morning. This is arguably the single most important hydration window of your entire day. The moment you wake up, before coffee, before breakfast, before even checking your phone, drink one full glass, about 350 milliliters or 12 ounces of warm water, and here's the game-changing addition. A tiny pinch of natural sea salt, genuinely tiny, just what fits on the tip of a butter knife, and the juice from half a fresh lemon. Why these specific additions? After 8 hours of sleep, your body is not only dehydrated from lack of water, but has also lost vital electrolytes through normal nighttime metabolic processes. That small amount of sea salt provides sodium, potassium, and magnesium, which are essential minerals that actually help your cells absorb and utilize the water you're drinking rather than just letting it pass through. The lemon delivers vitamin C and creates a subtle acidity that helps stabilize your body's initial blood sugar response to your first meal of the day. This simple morning ritual does something truly remarkable. It gently signals your adrenal glands to calm down. These glands naturally produce cortisol, your stress hormone, which typically peaks every morning, instructing your liver to release stored glucose into your bloodstream. By mitigating this stress response with proper hydration and minerals, you actively prevent that unnecessary and often frustrating morning blood sugar spike, laying a calm foundation for your glucose control for the entire day. Take Elizabeth, 72, who had been wrestling with type 2 diabetes for 14 years. Her biggest, most stubborn frustration was her morning blood sugar, which consistently spiked to 165 or 175, despite a careful measured dinner and perfectly acceptable bedtime readings. We introduced just one change: warm water with a tiny pinch of sea salt and fresh lemon juice. First thing every morning, at least 20 minutes before her coffee. 3 weeks later, her average morning reading had dropped to 128. Same medication, same evening routine. The only difference was how she started her day. "I wake up feeling genuinely different," she told me, "more clear-headed, less foggy, and that lower morning number gives me so much confidence and momentum for the entire day ahead." This simple step profoundly improved her daily routines, and overall well-being. Timing point number two, before meals. Approximately 15 minutes before both lunch and dinner, drink a smaller glass of room temperature water, about 150 to 200 ml, just 1 cup. This seemingly small habit executes a powerful physiological function. It primes your entire digestive system, stimulating enzyme production for efficient nutrient breakdown. Most crucially for blood sugar management, it subtly dilutes the contents of your stomach. This dilution directly slows down how rapidly carbohydrates are absorbed into your bloodstream. When carbohydrates enter your bloodstream gradually and steadily, rather than in a sudden rush, your body's available insulin can more effectively keep pace with demand. Your blood sugar rises gently and predictably instead of spiking dramatically and then crashing. Clinical studies have clearly demonstrated that this remarkably simple pre-meal hydration strategy can reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes by up to 20%. For many, that 20% can mean the difference between desperately struggling with glucose control and finally achieving genuinely stable, consistent numbers, significantly improving their diabetes health. Timing point number three, during physical activity. If you engage in any sustained physical activity, walking, gardening, household chores, or more intense exercise, for more than 20 minutes, it is absolutely non-negotiable that you drink water during that activity. Not just afterward when your body is already depleted. Aim for approximately 100 to 120 ml, roughly half a cup, for every 15 minutes of continuous exertion. Focus on small, frequent sips rather than large gulps to ensure steady absorption. This consistent intra-activity hydration is vital for keeping your blood volume stable and preventing the unpredictable blood sugar fluctuations that frequently occur with physical exertion, especially for those managing type 2 diabetes. Now let's explore the three essential elements, the second three in the H3 method, that amplify the effectiveness of your hydration tips and secure lasting improvements in your metabolic health. Element number one. Temperature matters. Room temperature or slightly warm water is optimal, especially first thing in the morning and before meals. Aim for around 22 to 24 degrees C, roughly 72 to 75 degrees. While cold water isn't inherently detrimental, warm water keeps your blood vessels naturally relaxed and dilated, facilitating dramatically better insulin circulation and delivery throughout your body. This allows insulin to reach its target cells more easily and efficiently, leading to improved glucose control. It's a seemingly minor detail that, when applied consistently, creates significant compounded benefits over time for your diabetes health. Element number 2. Minerals matter. Pure demineralized water alone isn't sufficient for true cellular hydration. Your cells require a balanced spectrum of minerals to effectively absorb and utilize water. That tiny pinch of natural sea salt in your morning water provides these essential electrolytes. Natural sea salt, unlike highly processed table salt, contains a rich array of minerals including sodium, potassium, and magnesium, all in their proper balance. Avoid regular table salt, which is chemically stripped of these vital trace minerals. Instead, opt for unrefined sea salt or Himalayan pink salt, which retain the full spectrum of minerals your body genuinely needs to thrive and support optimal cellular function for blood sugar management. Element number 3. Timing consistency matters profoundly. Your body thrives on predictable routines, and this applies just as powerfully to your hydration habits. Drinking water at consistent, regular times every single day helps to regulate your entire metabolic system. Establishing a routine for your morning water and your pre-meal water and maintaining consistent sipping throughout the day directly helps to stabilize your blood sugar patterns over time. This predictability reduces metabolic stress and allows your body to function with greater ease and efficiency, solidifying your healthy habits and contributing to long-term diabetes health. There's one more powerful addition I consistently recommend for my patients, a crucial step for nighttime glucose control. About 1 hour before bed, drink one final glass of warm water, this time with 200 mg of magnesium citrate or magnesium glycinate dissolved into it. Magnesium is an absolutely vital mineral for proper insulin function, playing a key role in countless enzymatic reactions throughout your body. Shockingly, the vast majority of people over 60 are clinically deficient in this essential nutrient, unknowingly hindering their metabolic health. Taking magnesium before sleep serves a dual purpose. It helps your muscles relax, promoting deeper, more restorative sleep, which itself is crucial for stable blood sugar. And it works synergistically to keep your blood sugar significantly more stable throughout the entire night, preventing those frustrating dawn phenomenon spikes that can sabotage your morning readings. This simple addition can be a profound game changer for nighttime blood sugar management and overall well-being. Everyone asks me this precise question: Doctor, exactly how much water should I actually be drinking each day? Here's a simple, practical formula you can use right now. Take your current body weight in pounds and divide that number by 2. The resulting number in ounces represents your baseline daily water intake requirement. For example, if you weigh 160 lbs, you need approximately 80 ounces of water daily, which is roughly 10 standard 8-ounce cups. If you exercise regularly or spend substantial time in warm weather, add 1 additional cup for every 20 minutes of physical activity or heat exposure. How do you truly know if you're drinking enough and hitting that sweet spot for optimal hydration tips? The answer is in your urine color. It should be pale yellow, similar to the color of lemonade. Not completely clear, which can indicate you're actually overhydrated, though this is rare with proper spacing, and definitely not dark yellow or amber, which is a clear signal of dehydration. Pale yellow is your optimal target, a visual confirmation that your body is adequately hydrated and supporting robust metabolic health. Here's a practical implementation strategy to make these healthy habits effortless. Get a reusable water bottle that holds approximately 24 ounces. Make it your constant companion. Fill it completely 3 times throughout the day, once in the morning, once at midday, and once in the afternoon. That's 72 ounces total. Perfect for most adults, and an excellent baseline for consistent blood sugar management. Keep that bottle constantly visible, on your kitchen counter, on your work desk, in your car. Visual reminders are far more effective at building new habits than simply trying to remember on your own. This simple strategy removes the guesswork and makes hydration an automatic part of your daily routines. So, what should you realistically expect when you begin this H3 method? What kind of transformation can you anticipate in your diabetes health? In the first week, you'll likely feel like you're making constant trips to the bathroom. This is completely normal and expected. Your body is simply adjusting to proper hydration levels, flushing out accumulated toxins. This sensation settles down significantly by week 2 as your body adapts. You should also start to notice your morning blood sugar readings beginning to stabilize, perhaps 10 to 15 points lower on average. This isn't a dramatic overnight cure, but a consistent measurable improvement, a clear sign that your body is responding. By weeks 2 to 3, you should experience noticeably more stable energy throughout your entire day. That frustrating afternoon energy crash, the one that used to drain your motivation, will likely diminish significantly. Your post-meal blood sugar readings should also become substantially more predictable and consistent, giving you a greater sense of control and peace of mind. By week 4, if you track your A1C, you might see it beginning to trend downward. Again, not necessarily a huge drop immediately, but clear, undeniable movement in the right direction, confirming the profound impact of these hydration tips. And here's what I hear most often: the truly life-changing feedback from patients. "Doctor, I just feel genuinely better. I can't quite explain it precisely, but I feel more like my old self again." That profound sense of renewed well-being, clearer thinking, and sustained vitality is what proper hydration truly creates. It doesn't cure diabetes and it doesn't replace necessary medication, but it empowers your body to work the way it's actually designed to work, unlocking your innate potential for optimal self, metabolic health, mass, and glucose control. Let me be absolutely clear about something critical for your side diabetes health. Now, this H3 method is not a replacement for proper medical care or your current diabetes medication. If you are currently taking diabetes medication, do not stop it. If your doctor has you following a specific management plan, continue following it faithfully. What this strategic hydration method does is powerfully support your existing medication, making it work significantly more efficiently within your body. It creates an internal environment where your medications can achieve their intended effect with less struggle. I've witnessed patients, after 3 consistent months on this regimen, being able to reduce medication dosages under their doctor's careful supervision. This wasn't because water replaced medicine, but because their body's entire metabolic system began functioning more optimally, reducing the burden on their medications. However, if you have any degree of kidney disease, it is absolutely essential that you talk directly with your physician before substantially increasing your water intake. For most people, this approach is completely safe and highly beneficial, but if your kidneys aren't filtering properly, you need individualized professional guidance tailored to your senior health needs. If you are taking blood pressure medication, pay close attention as you increase your hydration. Proper hydration can naturally lower blood pressure, which is genuinely beneficial for overall health. However, this natural reduction might require medication dosage adjustments. Watch carefully for any signs of dizziness and report them to your doctor immediately so they can monitor your progress and make any necessary changes. Your safety and well-being are paramount in your journey toward improved diabetes health. Let me share Dorothy's story, a woman of 74 when we first met. Dorothy had battled diabetes for 19 years. Multiple medications, various restrictive diets, hospital education classes. She understood carbohydrate counting better than most nutritionists, yet her A1C had steadily climbed to 8.6, and her endocrinologist was seriously considering starting insulin therapy. "I feel like I've completely failed," she whispered, her voice breaking. "I've done absolutely everything right for 19 years, but my body just keeps getting worse. Maybe this is just what happens." Her hydration habits were terrible, perhaps 3 or 4 small glasses of water daily, if that. Coffee in the morning, tea in the afternoon, but actual plain water? Very little. "I never feel thirsty," she explained, "and honestly, I hate constantly using the bathroom. It's embarrassing when I'm out with friends." We started the H3 method together. Yes, for the first week she needed the bathroom more frequently, but I assured her that her body would adjust within 10 to 14 days. 6 weeks later, she walked into my office looking noticeably younger. Her eyes were brighter, her skin healthier, and she was actually smiling. "My numbers have been the absolute best they've been in 5 years, she beamed, proudly displaying her glucose log. "My average used to hover around 185 to 205. Now I'm consistently 145 to 165. My doctor actually reduced one of my medications." But it wasn't just about the numbers for Dorothy. "I have genuine energy again, real, sustained energy. I can think clearly without that constant fog. I even started gardening again, something I'd completely given up on 2 years ago." 3 months later, her A1C results came back at 7.3, a dramatic drop from 8.6. "You gave me my life back," she said, tears streaming, but they were happy tears. "With water, something that costs virtually nothing. I just wish someone had explained this to me 19 years ago when I was first diagnosed." Dorothy's story underscores the profound impact of simple, consistent, healthy habits on white chain diabetes health. Dorothy's remarkable transformation is precisely why these videos exist. There are thousands of people exactly like her struggling right now, trying so incredibly hard, feeling completely defeated, when sometimes the answer is genuinely simpler than anyone could imagine. I want to challenge you personally to try this approach for just 14 days, 2 short weeks. Follow the H3 method exactly as I've outlined it. Morning water with sea salt and lemon immediately upon waking. Water 15 minutes before lunch and dinner. Proper daily water intake spread consistently throughout the day, and magnesium water before bed. Track your blood sugar carefully during those 2 weeks. See for yourself if the numbers improve. Pay genuine attention to how you feel. More sustained energy, clearer thinking, better quality sleep. If after 14 days you observe real, undeniable improvement, then keep going. Make this your permanent new normal. The impact on your diabetes health could be monumental. Subscribe. Which advice will you start applying today?